Hey, this is Scott with the Scotch Test Dummies. Gonna do a little uncorking here of Elijah Craig 18. Now this will be my first impressions of this bottle, and what I may do is pour a little bit, turn the camera off, spend some time with it, come back, let you know what I'm getting, what I think. Is this worth the hype that it receives? How much should you pay for it? Yada, yada, yada. Bart and I, at a future time, will probably sit down with this as well. Bart will think it's over oaked, but we'll see. Maybe not. Mash and Drum, Jason just posted a review of this as well. We must have come into bottles at about the same time. Now this is from barrel 4849. I think his was 4832 or something along those lines maybe. So, nice rich color on the Elijah Craig 18. Elijah Craig does do, I believe, just one older version now, the 23 year, I want to say. They used to do like a 20 year, 21, 22, 23. They phased the others out, so you get the 18 and the 23 only now. Got a coin, dropped one, grab another. So, I'll give you a little bit of notes here. Get my chair away from the desk. Wow, there's some rich, older, dusty, oaky cinnamon on there. Wow. Yeah, that noses like an older bourbon. I like it. I think I'm going to dig this one. We'll wait and see, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that. Actually, wow, it's a really nice nose. 45% ABV, not real high. Better than 40. Alright, so I'm going to turn the camera off now, and then I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to spend a little bit of time with this, and then let you know where I'm at. Alright, I'm back. I spent a little bit of time with this. I actually had some, shot a little bit, but had some auto-focusing issues, and wanted to come back in and try it again. Elijah Craig 18 surprised me. I think my expectations were lower just because of some of the hype with this bottle. This is one of those bottles that is hard to find on a shelf, a unicorn as some would say, and goes really high on the secondary. But initial sip, I got more flavors than I was expecting. There's more of a well-aged bourbon in here than I thought there was going to be. I expected oak and cinnamons and caramels. And the first thing I got was cherries. Nice, rich, the cherries, chocolate-covered cherries with that syrup on them. There are dark fruits in this. Nice cinnamons, milk chocolates, caramels, caramels. I've had some 14 and 15-year-old bourbons that really are oakier and show that oak impact harsher, way harsher than this one is. This is a nice barrel. These are single barrels. Keep that in mind. This is barrel 4849 of Elijah Craig 18 year. Do I wish this was bottled a little bit higher ABV? Sure. 45% is nice. The palate is I expected actually a little bit more punch on the palate from it. But it's very nice. It's very rounded. All of those fruits, sugars, and honeys, a little bit of tobacco, all coming together. Very, very slight bit of rye that came through. I've only gotten it one time, one sip. But all of that coming through with the oak influence on this is very impressive. This is a good barrel. I think I had low expectations, like I say, just because of the hype the bottle receives. So I got this bottle for $150. Retail is $130. So $150 isn't that bad. Plus, this is the only bottle I've ever seen on a shelf. I've seen other bottles on the shelf for $299. That's too high. It depends on your pocketbook. If you've got the pocketbook, buy away. I'm glad I got this for $150. I would buy another one. $130 is retail on this, which is very nice. If you can find it for $130, snatch it up. Now, at what point does it become too much? Like I say, I'm not disappointed paying $150 for this. It's very nice. It impressed me from the first sip. I was going to take some notes. I didn't, just because of that. I took a first sip, and I was like, let me grab my pen. And I was like, oh, wow. There's definitely more here than I thought. And I didn't want to be distracted by taking notes. Always. Now, when I first try a whiskey, I always try it neat, and I'll always try it with water. Sometimes I'll add another drop. But when I'm trying a whiskey for the first time, neat, add a drop of water, bring it down a little bit. Most of the time, water changes a whiskey a little bit, usually for the better. Not very often does it not. But the point is, try it. Once you've tried it, then if you want it neat in the future, don't add water. Drink it the way you like. Actually, drink it the way you like from the start. But I recommend trying it with a drop of water. At 45%, you wouldn't want to add too much water. A drop of water didn't hurt this one. There's so much fruitiness to this. Honeys, chocolates, a little bit of tobacco. And since that one time I got a hint of rye, and it was on the finish. It was a tail end of the finish. I got a little bit of rye. I haven't gotten it since. So the rye influence here is very slight. But scoring this, I would go with a 92 on this right off the bat. And that's even from the neck pour on this. In other words, I just cracked it. You saw it. I poured it. Sometimes whiskeys can be a little stuffy when you open them for the first time. So you want to give them a little bit of air. Sometimes it's a week or two. Sometimes it's a month or two. But usually after that time, after the bottle's been popped open and a dram or two has been poured out of it, and it oxidizes, and most of the time that helps the whiskey and it changes and it evolves. What I'm impressed with is the neck pour on this. And the surprise is that it pulled on my palate. There was more here than I was expecting. And maybe that's just because I've been disappointed in the past with some overhyped bottles. But this one, to me, does not disappoint. It exceeds expectations. And if you see it, buy it. Sláinte, dummies.